What's up, guys? Today we're gonna be looking at the most douchiest rich kids on Snapchat. And they're douchey. Only way to arrive at a restaurant. I can name a million other ways. You can walk to the restaurant, you can drive, you could bike, you could take the bus, you could take the train. There's a lot of, you could skateboard. This person decides that the only way you can do it is to arrive in a helicopter. We're sorry, buddy, not everybody has a helicopter. And you don't need to write a douchey caption like that. Guess that's not working. Aw, do you have too much money that it won't fit in your wallet and you need to Snapchat that? I think it's so douchey when people send Snapchats of how much money they have. If you have too much money, it doesn't fit in your wallet, how about giving it to somebody who needs it? You know, there's kids who are starving. And you know what, guys? There's nothing wrong with being rich. People don't hate rich people, but people hate people who are douchebags about it. You know what I mean? Like, this is douchey. There's nothing wrong if you've like worked hard and you're proud that you've like, you know, made something for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, most of these kids, let's be honest, this is probably their parents' money. But like, it's just like, be humble about it a little bit. You don't need to make everybody else in the world feel shitty about their lives. Had to destroy the old iPhone 4S. Did you have to destroy it? He's like, just buy a new one. You know, I'm just gonna, for a cool picture, gonna destroy this. Oh, and I'm not even gonna use a pool stick. Is that what you call them? I don't know. I'm gonna use a big ass champagne bottle to, you know, hit it in. I don't know what I'm doing here. This is me pretending to play pool, okay? I suck. And I'm gonna break an iPhone. You know, I could give it away, but nah, that would be too nice. Too nice. Hey guys, I ran out of tissues. Take a 20. I'd be like, oh, I spilled some milk. Let me just take the whole box. You could use toilet paper. You could go to the store and buy some. You don't need to use bills. I bet he didn't actually use bills. This was just for like, to be a D-bag. This was to be a D-bag, guys. I'm calling it. How scholarship kids fit in. That's mean. I was a scholarship kid. I had to get a scholarship. I had to pay for my own school. It was expensive and it was hard. Like, I had to work and go to school at the same time and still get good grades and still make enough money to pay for school. And they'd be like, yeah, you over there, you who had to get good grades to get a scholarship, you can, here, just take a permanent marker and pretend to have some Chanel shoes. New tablecloth. That's not even a good enough tablecloth. All these little holes in between the money, that's gonna stain your table because you're gonna have crumbs that are gonna fall through the holes of the money. Again, not functional. Not functional. At least tape them together. But he can't do that because, you know, he's gonna put them back together after to spend. Flying with plebs is the worst thing ever. That's so rude. There's nothing wrong with any of these people. I'm sure every single one of these people are way nicer than you. Nobody's calling you a douchebag, except for me right now. But that's only because you posted this picture and wrote plebs. And oh, he's like, oh, by the way, in case you guys didn't know, here's my Rolex. Oh, you didn't see it? Should I bring it closer into the crash the Aston? Now driving this, he's like pissed. Poor you. You crashed your Aston Martin and now you have to drive a Bentley. A Bentley is a really nice, expensive car. Not a lot of people get to drive Bentleys. Hello? I can't. Guys, I just physically can't. Which one? Which one of my Ferraris should I drive? Out of, you know, the 4 that I have in this driveway? First world problems. I don't know that many people with Ferraris. And that's because, well, they're expensive. So like, you don't need to be like, I can't decide which Ferrari I'm gonna drive to school today. Which one of my daddy's Ferraris should I drive to school? I don't even know what type of Ferraris they are. I just know that they're like all Ferraris. Which one should I drive? Maybe I should like drive one and then I'll get my 3 drivers to drive the others so that I don't have to choose. So I can drive all 4 of them. Couldn't decide. Daddy got me all 5. This makes no sense. Just decide. I'm undecisive too. But eventually I make up my mind. And I pick one thing. I don't get all the colors of the rainbow of that object. Just make it up. Which one do you like better? Do you want a yellow one? Do you want a white one, a green one, a blue one, a pink one? Also, not to mention, how inconvenient would this be? You would have to have 5 different phone numbers, and then you'd be like, it just wouldn't work. It's fair if you want to have like a personal phone and a business phone because you keep it separate and like for security reasons. But you don't need 5. You definitely do not need 5 phones. Unless you're living like these 5 secret lives or something, then I'm okay with it. But this guy's living one life, one very expensive life. Back to school. Who the hell goes back to school in a PJ? Who has a private jet to go back to school? Where is your school? When I went to school, there was this thing. It was a bus, and it would stop at the end of the street, and I would walk to the end of the street, and then I would try not to die on the way and get hit by cars, and then I would get onto the yellow bus, and then it would take us to school with all the other kids. And you know what? That yellow bus was fun because I got to see all my friends on that bus. That's how I went to school. And then later on, I had to walk to school, but I never took a plane to school. No. And no matter how rich I am when I'm older, I am not treating my kids like this. I'm gonna make them like, you know, work and, you know, appreciate money for what it's worth, because I had to do that. I had to work and figure out like, oh, like this is how much effort it takes to make this much money. So you understand the value of money, understand how much it's worth, and you understand how important it is to other people. And then you can help other people too. Who needs Easter eggs? I don't care what anybody says. I'd rather have chocolate over Cartier any days. Delicious. Peasant protection. He's referring to the spikes on his Louboutin shoes. Also, conveniently, his Rolls Royce is in the background, just so you know. Just so, in case you didn't know, he also has a Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce? I call it Rolls Royce. Oops. Also calling people peasants, not really that nice. What exactly, what do you mean by peasants? What century are you living in? We don't have peasants anymore. We just have people. It's not racist, but it's like very rude to call somebody a peasant. Couldn't find a knife. Just to let you guys know, it's black Amex. So, like, I think they only, I don't know the exact rules, but I think they only give these to people who have like $1 million in their bank accounts or like celebrities or something. So he's like, here, I'm using this to spread butter on my toast. In case you didn't know, I have at least $1 million in my bank account. In case you didn't know. Why go to the zoo to touch snakes? Maybe you don't need to go zoo, but maybe you should have gone to English class and learned how to spell touch. Just saying, it's not touch, it's touch with an O. English class, English class, English class. English class. Paytech plus Porsche. Best 14th birthday ever. Who the hell? That's how you make your kids think that they are like gods. A person's ego should only be so high. It's good to be confident, you know? I think confidence is very important. I think confidence is sexy, but there's a fine line. And once you've crossed that fine line, and then you start thinking that you are a god and you think that you are more important than everybody else on this planet, that's when it's gone too far. That's when you need to come back down to earth and realize like, hey, you're human too, just as much as every other human on this planet. At the end of the day, we're all the same. You're not more important than anybody else. I don't know how expensive, but this was pretty damn expensive for his 14th birthday. Like, I probably got a stuffed animal for my 14th birthday. Oh yeah, and like I also got this because I was obsessed with space when I was 14. I got like a book about space, so like definitely not a car. So we ran out of placemats. So you're using an iPad. Just to let you know, there's a friggin' placemat right here, right in front of you. Oh, and there's one right over here too. You didn't run out of placemats. You're just trying to be a D-bag. You could have used a towel. You could have used a napkin. You could have used a shirt. There's a million things you could have used that would have been a better option than an iPad. I mean, to be honest, I think iPads are a little useless. But regardless, they're way too expensive to be placemats. Like, you're gonna scratch the iPad with your bowl, plate, whatever you're putting on there. Ready for my holiday. I think this is so like gross, not him, but like showing of like your money. Like, every time I see people show like their money on camera, I just like roll my eyes. I'm like, really? This is how you get robbed. This is like, somebody sees you and they're like, I'm gonna rob you. I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying that those people are also bad. You're putting yourself in the spotlight for these people. And also, it's just not nice. It's the same reason why it's like, it's so rude to ask somebody how much they make, because it is rude. It's private. It's not something that you should share with others. How much you make is your business and your business only. And maybe like your partners and like some close family members, but nobody else needs to know how much you make. This guy's tossing money into the trash as a game. Like, wouldn't it be more useful if you just saw somebody who needed it and you gave it to them, you know? Or you donated it? Are these people donating at least to charities? Or are they just gonna toss some money. I asked for a yacht, but Kate, thanks, Dad. Oh, poor you. You wanted a yacht, but you got a watch with diamonds and gold on it? Be grateful. Like, you can't always get what you want. He probably also, like, you know, wanted a pony to take to the yacht. You should be thankful that you got something that most people will never be able to afford in their lives. Yeah, I don't think most people can afford a watch this much. I don't know how much it is, but it's probably a lot of money. Best 16th ever thinks that. What's up with these kids getting these expensive cars? At least this guy wasn't 14. 16 is almost just as bad though. And I feel like it's already like unsafe for 16-year-olds to be driving. And then on top of that, like, their ego. Do I need to talk about the ego again? Only the best for the dogs. Perrier Rosé. Hashtag dog's life. I feel like that's bad for dogs. I don't really think the dog wants your champagne. I think the dog wants, you know, water. So irresponsible. That poor little fur baby. It's gonna get sick drinking all the champagne. Mom said no crumbs on the floor. He's literally eating on a computer screen and he's spilling all over it. It's not that hard. Like, I'm clumsy. Don't get me wrong, I'm clumsy. But I can keep the cereal in the bowl and off my screen. You guys don't see me throwing cereal at my screen or my camera. Like, what is wrong with you? Casual game of Jenga. Hashtag private school. I've never played Jenga with iPhones because, you know, when that tower topples, some of them might break, all of them might break. They don't care. They're just like, Daddy's gonna buy me a new one. Why I come home? For the money. No, you don't come home to, you know, see your family that you miss, see your friends. No, you come home for money. That's shitty. It's just shitty. It's like money is the only thing that matters to some of these kids. There's so many more important things than money. Like, money you can always make. You know, if you work hard enough, you can always find a way to make money. But like, you can never replace your family, replace your friends. Like, that's the shit that really matters. Is like people in your life. Money comes and goes. About to buy some peasants. What is up with them using peasants? Seriously, what is this? Why do they keep calling people peasants? Am I missing something? This is so offensive. They literally think they're better than most people. Ran out of paper, so he's drawing on his MacBook. Couldn't you just type? Just say it. You know, you have a MacBook, you could just type. I guess it's kind of hard to type these equations, to be fair, but still, it's pretty douchey. I'm sure you could have asked somebody for a piece of paper. You're in a classroom. I'm sure somebody has a piece of paper. Somebody. I only drink water that costs 3 digits. I didn't even know there was water that costs 3 digits. Okay, now to be fair, I do like look for water specifically that has no fluoride in it, because I do think fluoride is like really, really bad for your brain, but it doesn't cost 3 digits. It might cost me like an extra $1 or something. So I look on the labels, but this is next level. I feel like after a certain point, the water tastes exactly the same. How good and fresh and clean could this water be? This water better be giving me magical abilities. Otherwise, why would you spend 3 digits on it? Like, I better be able to fly after this water. Turn invisible, go through walls, read people's minds. Actually, scratch that. I don't want to read what people are thinking, because you're gonna hear a lot of shit you don't want to hear. I hate my backyard. How do you hate? You have 3 waterfalls. Your backyard literally looks magical. You got pools, you got hot tubs. This looks like some fairy kingdom. I don't even have a backyard. You want to see my backyard? This is my backyard. It's kind of dying, unfortunately. There's only 1 flower in it. Please live. My backyard's dying. Anyways, I love you guys all so much. 1 like saves this flower.